You know what I haven't seen for a Halo video? Most of the time, when you watch a Halo video, it is from a perspective of a person who grew up with it. More specifically, they grew up with Bungie's Halo, meaning that they played Halo when they were really young, so their first impressions would be those games. Now, what I haven't normally seen that much is a Halo video where 343's Halo is the kind of Halo they grew up with. So, in today's video, I'll be making it. By the time I got my first console and started playing video games, 343 has already taken over and Halo 4 was released. Actually, a backstory on this, and I only told this story once in this video right here, which you should watch after this video. So watch till the end of this video, there will be like a little pop-up where you can watch it. But basically, the story is my first console was a Halo 4 edition of the Xbox 360. So the point of this video is to give you, the viewer, an insight on what it was like growing up with the 343 era of Halo games. I can actually give two perspectives on this. For one perspective is like, I'm actually a Halo fan and I'm in the community and I'm experiencing it as a Halo fan. And another perspective where I am not in the Halo community. I have not played the games and I just look at what is happening from just, word of mouth. So this video is going to be mainly giving my perspective on what 343 Halos was like, but I've also collected perspectives who are active Halo fans that are still playing like Halo Infinite now, or people who have not played Halo at all, and I've just asked them what Halo looked like outside of the community. So starting off, I will tell my experience. Starting with Halo 4. Halo 4 is technically my first Halo, considering that I got the Halo 4 edition Xbox 360, but I didn't play it. Of course, I was a bit too young for that to gain interest, but I've also heard some things. Yeah, I had an older cousin who was a Halo fan. I remember playing Reach with him, but I have vivid memories of playing Halo 4. I remember some complaints about, especially about the multiplayer. I don't remember anything about the campaign growing up. All I remember is the complaints on the multiplayer saying that it's just Call of Duty, which was a turnoff for me because at the time I didn't like COD that much. Also with its art style, I remember looking at it and I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, I thought the art style for Halo 4 was ugly, even back then. And since this was my first Halo game, I just thought this was the look Halo was since the start. So the art style that Halo 4, that 343 went for, wasn't that appealing. It was kind of ugly. It didn't give my interest that much. Then afterwards, a long silence of nothing Halo related, years later, Halo 5. Now, my cousin, being a Halo fan, also got Halo 5. In fact, he has a Halo 5 poster mounted on his wall. It is still up there to this day. I can't confirm that. But it still retained that same art style that I didn't like, so it wasn't that appealing to me. The game just looked generic, thrusters, clambering, advanced movement. So I just thought it was just one of those normal games again. Just one in a bunch of games that's going with the trend. As a younger person, I even knew that. But then for the community side of things, of what I've heard as an outsider, I just heard negative things about it all the time. Main ones are about the campaign, of course, hearing how bad it was all the time. In fact, until I actually played Halo 5 for myself, I never actually seen gameplay of Halo 5. And then the multiplayer, how I keep hearing people say that is changed a lot from the classic games and people didn't like it. And all these collective negative things that I heard outside, it was not a good incentive to even try to look at Halo 5. So just completely avoided. Halo 5 seemed to be a bad game by everybody who's talking about it. So in my brain, I just thought it was a bad game. Next, we'll talk about Halo Infinite's announcement specifically. This is the turning point. This is where I got interested in the series. One, because they went back to the quote unquote classic art style, which was a lot more appealing to me and actually got me interested. I think it was around 2020, early 2020, when this started happening, where I started to really get hooked. So, what sparked the initial interest was the look and also how the Halo community reacted to it. I remember this time with Halo Infinite's announcement, it was a lot more positive. people were excited for that. And so me hearing this as an outsider, me hearing all this, like, okay, all right, people are excited about this. People are actually hyped for Halo Infinite. Let me get a little bit deeper into it. I already knew that there was the MCC, but the only thing I knew about the Master Chief Collection is that it didn't work. So when Halo Infinite announced, I thought, okay, let me get Master Chief Collection and play the past games, Bungie's era's games. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk about an impression I got from the Halo community. I have to say, there is a lot of older people for this community. Like, I feel like a majority of people are on the older side, and specifically, a majority for content creation is on the older side when it comes to Halo content, which is not a problem. I'm just stating an obvious that there's a lot of older people in this community, which is kind of the reason why I'm making this video right now. You mid 20 to 30-year-old watching this video, you're listening to a younger person talk about Halo. I think that's a prideful thing. A young person getting into Halo in 2020, I think that's a good thing, right? Anyways, my impressions on the Halo community as an outsider is that it is stuck in nostalgia. A lot of the times I listen to people talk about Halo, it's mostly about the past games and how it was so much better. I constantly always hear about the nostalgia of Halo. That's what majority people talk about is how Halo back in the day was amazing. It was great. And also I got the impression that it is still a strong community. I was surprised because the years of Halo 4 and 5 receiving so negative reactions, then all of a sudden Infinite came out and then overwhelmingly amount of people, like a lot, like millions of people that never voiced Halo before suddenly got interested into it, and it's like, wow, this franchise is a lot bigger than I thought. And with saying that, that marks the end of me being an outsider. We're gonna specifically talk about Halo Infinite because playing the Bungie games kind of defeat the purpose of this video. So we're gonna talk about Infinite, and this is when I joined the community. As a newer person, with Halo Infinite's life cycle, I don't think I need to explain Halo Infinite's life or lifespan. If you're watching this video, you already know what happened, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase. For someone like me, and I found that others too, I've stayed mostly more on the optimistic side of Halo Infinite with its slow ass updates. For some reason, I give it the benefit of the doubt and remain more on the hopium side of things, more optimistic side of things. And also with Halo Infinite's release, here's one I want to talk about: the shop price, the shop in general. I remember hearing a lot of people, a lot was complaining about the shop, and then there's me just like was normalized because your boy was playing Apex, your boy was playing Fortnite back then. So paying money for customization was not a big deal at all. In fact, I gotta give Halo Infinite some credit. Instead of paying like $15 for like one skin in other games, for Halo Infinite, you can buy a whole armor set where you can fully customize it. To me, that was so much better than other games that try to do this. Because most of the times, it was just buy one skin and that's the one skin you get. With Halo Infinite, it's armor customization. You buy something to fully customize something, which I find really more better than others. So I have to give Halo Infinite that. I did like that a lot. But I never voiced it before because everyone was hating it, or hating it for both its prices and the idea in general. During Halo Infinite's life cycle, I've moved from being, oh, this game is fun, this game is really fun, I really am into Halo, which I still am now. Don't worry, I still am now, very much. But then I kind of got worn down a little, especially during the Dark Age, where it was like early, like beginning 2022 to 2023. I think around there, it was like, okay, alright, I'm starting to understand the disappointment. This game is not being updated good enough. And then, especially around the Halo community, where it's just keep being negative, it's like, okay, I am feeling that depression I've heard about getting into this. And I'm starting to feel it. But then, all of a sudden, They rebranded to Halo Studios, and then ever since then, Halo Infinite has been getting regular content drops now. It's actually getting updates. So I reached to the point where I was optimistic and hopeful, to a little bit disappointed and watered down, diluted, and to like, okay, this is good now, but it's too late for that. I feel like a lot of people are also feeling like that with current Halo Infinite, where it's like, okay, I'm happy that we have this now, but it just came too late and I don't feel anything. And now I'm in the state of waiting for the next Halo release. For the community side, I have to say it is very fun and has been a very good time learning about Halo and listening to others' opinions. I really enjoy the Remember Reach slogan. I do find it funny with some trends in the Halo community. Like I heard there was trends like hating a Halo title when it first released, but then over time it becomes more appreciated. And so far, I've experienced two of those: Halo 4 and Halo 5. Less on Halo 5, but more majority was on 4. When I officially like got into the community, it was like hating Halo 4 and 5. And then all of a sudden, I remember seeing videos of retrospects of 4 saying it's not that bad. And then Halo 5 was like, okay, the campaign's still bad, but the multiplayer was kind of decent. So that was funny to kind of listen to. So that was my story. That's how I saw Halo, from not being a fan to being a fan. So let's talk about other people's perspectives now. Like I said earlier, I collected perspectives of people around my age, so still in their teens but close to 20. And also two sides, where one side is actively in the Halo community, is a Halo fan, and actually some of them actually make Halo content. And others are outside of the community. They haven't played the games, they just heard about Halo, and so I just asked. So let's start with the people who are Halo fans. Now, commonly, they kind of are similar to me in a way that since we are newer Halo fans and haven't had that decade-long disappointing and downfall, so when a Halo game does release and it starts to show its problems, where they found themselves more optimistic about the games and viewing them in a more slightly more positive light. Some even saying that they actually enjoy playing Halo 4 and 5. They say that they're actually good games, especially Halo Infinite. I think we can all agree that Halo Infinite's gameplay was good. It's just the impression of lack of content was the big deal for Infinite's case. And also, what I've heard commonly, and I do agree with this, is that getting influenced by the veteran Halo fans and their takes. Like, I agree with that completely. Getting influenced by veteran Halo fan opinions and takes, getting influenced by them, I do agree that happens. It happens to me. For example of influence is the Halo CE remake. At first, when I played Halo Combat Evolved, I switched the original graphics to the anniversary ones right away, because better graphic equals better game. But listening to the Halo community talk about how the original graphics is better in a way, I switched. I actually prefer the original graphics now for Combat Evolved. So that's just an example of how influential the Halo veterans are. Now let's talk about perspectives on people who have never played a Halo game, which is actually interesting to me. Here is one interesting take I saw, which is kind of a more modern. This mostly ties with Halo Infinite, where it's saying that it's empty. Reading this was kind of a gut punch. It's like, because this is exactly what it was. Because exactly what it was when Halo Infinite had the lack of content. So it's empty. Yep, nailed it right on the coffin right there. Also, commonly I heard again, it's Halo fans are stuck in the past, quote unquote stuck in the past, where it's like 2010 nostalgia. It's like the main driving force, which, yeah, I could see that. A lot of times when people talk about Halo, it's talking about its past, so yeah, okay, I can see that. And lastly, they are aware of how iconic Halo is. I'm so glad that the franchise is still so iconic that even though these people never played the games before, they know what Halo is. They know what it is. They know the Master Chief at least, and they recognize him. They recognize how popular it is, or was popular. Is popular? Was popular? I don't know. It is fun to see that even though these people have no affiliation with Halo at all, they still hear its voices and they still know that it's a gaming icon, which is interesting. Though, like I was talking about when I wasn't a Halo fan, they also heard a lot of negative stuff for 343's era. And so they're kind of like the same with me. I was just hearing negative stuff until Infinite came out, which was slightly more positive, but apparently not as positive to get them to play Halo Infinite. But anyways, thank you all for watching this video. If you found my story of me getting my perspective on Halo as a newer modern fan interesting, please like the video. And if you yourself are a quote-unquote newer Halo fan, comment down your story down below. I will read every single paragraph you people write down. I'm pretty sure I said this before, but the Halo community is very passionate. And I know there's going to be some paragraphs down there. So please leave a comment down below and subscribe. If you're not convinced about subscribing yet, here's a video where I rank all the Halo games on the tier list. So go watch that now, and that video will convince you to subscribe to this channel. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.